Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
I'll do it really nicely. This might not be your friend because it's the sternum, but see how we go. I just don't think the word tattoo really reflects the work that they did and what we're trying to do or trying to bring back today. Someone's got a high pain threshold.
Yeah?
You.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
just got
totally.
those last two.
My name's Julia Gray, Julia Mage'au Gray. I'm part Papua New Guinean and part Australian. I'm a dancer, visual artist and skin marker. That's what I do. I should explain why I prefer to use the word marking as opposed to tattooing. So tattooing, it comes from the Samoan and Tahitian word tatau, tatau. And so it's basically an English westernized way of saying tatau. Marking skin, it's deliberate. It's more than one person walking into a tattoo shop and asking for what they want.
And
There's
over
no
that, when I was
time.
breastfeeding, I'm always on my knees and expressing breastfeeding.
Don't you?
So in Papua New Guinea's central province, marking the skin, that whole practice is a woman's practice. Men were marked as well, but not as prolifically as women. The main purpose behind the marks were the cultural identifiers, but they also talk about status. Looking at the designs, you would know where that woman was from, who she was connected to. I hand tap and I hand poke. I don't use machines. I don't use lemon thorn, I use steel. So I'll use tattoo needles. The implement that you use to hold the needle is crude, I would say. Like originally they were just lemon thorns. I'm open to marking anybody, so long as they're open to the process and just sort of being open and going with it. I predominantly mark women of Melanesian background. Okay, let's have a look at you. I want to see if it's happened. Go like this. Yeah, and then just bring it to the side here. The marks need to balance, it needs to move with them. The marks go hand in hand with our dancing. You really shouldn't separate them. It's so important because if the marks don't move with you, then they just become a stamp. And what you have on your body affects the flow, affects the energy of how you live and how you think and feel about yourself. The practice of marking skin stopped with missionaries and colonization. Like it literally stopped in its tracks. Grandmothers were marked and then their daughters, not a mark, nothing on their skin. It's like blasphemy if you mark your skin. They changed the way women looked because it didn't fit their aesthetic. And their aesthetic was, well, we all know what it was. It wasn't them. And now it's the struggle of bringing it back. But not bringing it back where it's a replica. It needs to be new, old. It cannot be the same. It just can't. At the Outback Club. We're on the way to the village. Today we'll drive in and my auntie has organised some ladies that are marked and we'll just have tea with them. And yeah, it's pretty special. They carry history. They wear it on their skin. This is where we're from. So we'll be putting our feet on our land. In old times, young girls were tattooed or were marked. By the time they were married, their marks were finished. The face was the last to be marked. or the chest if they'd had children. What they all have in common is marking a transition. That's part of what the work is now for Melanesian marks, is really dealing with each woman as they are and talking about what they are transitioning from. And most of the time it's learning to actually accept who they are. There's so many, diverse kind of makeups of who we are today as Pacific women that when you speak to them individually, they all have one thing in common, and they ask, am I enough? Rough.
Awal yang ke miam wala kapa itu.
Lama ngi ah. And go and shake hands. Vasa.
Kiang ni ya ibu akai ke kuah ibu ke kiang ibu ke kuah ngam ibu. Ele wa kiang ni yang ala ya long kiang.
Does she remember? Do you remember what it felt like when they were doing it?
Ngam ke kapaisa ngam ngala.
Wa ke kapaisa ngam ngekie.
Puaponga kapapo ya pakiponga opola. Kapapo puapo isang tiapa.
Kemo ngane Leigh. Mai pango ke Papua no ke pawang ngamo kwala lo pango la pranga pa la yemi papia wa pau ke mia lo ngo lai ba mai ke Papua ke papia pau ke mai ngo Papua ai pia
She's saying because the knowledge of
pangala kayang e kapa
so there's no one.
Okay. Just tell her that that's what we're trying to do. Aish. Special. How old were you when you got your Papua?
This one I was in 24,
20.
very young.
How long did it take?
It takes a week.
Oh,
That's Monday. Tuesday you'll have rest. Wednesday they'll do these ones. Thursday you'll have rest. Friday they'll complete these ones.
And so when you danced with your,
Yeah,
was it good or?
it was very nice. Coconut was all
Yeah.
fried.
So I think you're really, really strong. When I look at you and I think that was with thorns, I just, yeah, amazing. Let's do that one, that one, that one, and that one. Yeah, those 4 lines. Let's get her wrists that it's up like that. The designs come from what you're surrounded in. And now that I've been doing this work for a long time, when people say, what does it mean? What does it mean? Everything to me and nothing to you if you can't read this. So I just don't have the patience to sit there and tell you what it means.
I'm fine. Not much pain. Feel proud about this one. But this one is similar to the one on my thighs, which was made traditionally. We used charcoal, kerosene, and needle for this one to be tattooed. So that was the first time I got tattooed.
Wow. Once upon a time, I'd be running up this hill. But now I've got this buggered up foot. It really is about how these marks fortify and allow, especially our women, to sort of step back up because they've been pushed. It's about empowerment, it's about self-love, all of those things And it's about continuing culture, not just preserving it, but maintaining and developing it. Because if you put it in a glass jar and preserve it, it has no purpose to anybody. The reason why our women, why they want these marks again, it's like a really beautiful way of showing resistance, but also reconnecting and stating who they are. It really is a quiet but very visual form of I am who I am, and everything that came before me is not only I carry genetically, but I'm visually putting that language on my body as well. And for those that can't read what these marks mean, that's okay, because these marks are not about what other people perceive.